Hello traders, this is Day Trader Matt with businesswithtrading.com doing an E-mini trading room recap for the 18th of July, Friday. We didn't trade yesterday on Thursday, so we're skipping that video. Today we had a little bit of a gap up and the market just went straight sideways and took off. We had one trade today and pulled 4.25 points out. We kind of waited, watched all this sideways crap mess happen. Once the market did start moving higher, we got long at 3.5 here, and we were able to ride that up, taking profits up here. So it's very, very nice trade. You see, this was basically the high of the trading room, pretty much. Market did come down and buy up one more time. And we did talk about that, looking for a long coming back down. Interestingly enough, it did go higher, and if we look at things, it came back down a little bit under that spot and then just took off. And this was the area that we were actually talking about in the room, is 72 and above. So very, very interesting there that it actually did hit the target that we were looking at. We trade till 12 o'clock. So I told people that was the level I was looking at. Gave them one last trade. I didn't take it personally. Even if I did, I wouldn't count it in the trading room results, as everybody who watches me and knows me knows that anything taken outside the trading room is not counted as part of the trading room. I think that's the dumbest thing I ever heard of, because the only thing it does is it hurts me and it hurts other people. So it really doesn't help anybody. If the trade's successful, I guess it helps me. But as far as you guys that are watching these videos, and especially the members of the room, it does nothing but bad things. So anyway, I had some questions about that and wanted to talk about that a little bit. But anyway, today was a pretty good day, but today was one of those days when you have to be patient. All of this sideways stuff, yeah, you could have tried to trade it. I didn't really want to personally. I didn't really feel like there was any reason for me to. And when I first started the trading room, I was a little bit more of an aggressive trader. People that know me probably could understand that. My friends that I've been friends with for like 5 and 7 years, stuff like that, they can understand that. Once you get people following you, looking at what you do, it definitely does make you a little bit more conservative. That's one thing that it did do for me, and it actually did help me a little bit in my trading. I was definitely a lot more aggressive, but it's I don't want to compare this to what I would have done 5 years ago, because hindsight's ridiculous. Like, who gives a shit, really? It doesn't matter. What I do now, I'm better now than I was 5 years ago. I 100% believe that, and that's why I'm like, I don't really care what I would have done back then. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Looking at my skills that I've learned, the growth that I've done mentally from that time period, I can look at that. But what I would have done, I don't really care. It's irrelevant. But anyway, this was a day where you do have a lot of patience. You don't want to sell this, you don't want to buy this. In hindsight, yeah, you could have bought this, but in real time, you could have just as easily have sold this as bought this. But in selling, because if you would have sold this, you would have made money. If you would have sold this, you would have made money. If you would have sold this, maybe you made money, maybe you got stopped out. And maybe this stop out would erase these gains. because the market really didn't move that much. It had a high of 125 and a low of 7.25. So you had good movement here. You had good movement here. This you had not good movement, and the market just took off to the upside. And once it did that, it kind of showed its hand a little bit. I thought it would pull back a little bit, but even then, it really didn't have a lot of pullback in it. It didn't really pull back at all, though. It just went sideways and then took off higher, eventually hitting our target of 72. So it was very, very interesting that it did that. And it just shows you really just need to have patience and be able to set through things. We got long here, and we set through this. It came up, market came up, came right back down, kept going sideways, and then it just took off. And then it took off again, and then it kind of came back a little bit, then it took off again. So it was very, very interesting to see what it did and how it did it. But anyway, hopefully that made a little sense to you. Patience is definitely a virtue, and as a 5-year-old child, I didn't really understand that. But once we grow up, they say when you grow up, you put away childish things. Meaning you put away the thoughts that are illogical, if that makes sense. So anyway, hopefully you got something out of what I was talking about. Thanks for watching. Have an excellent rest of your day. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.